Bonjour et bienvenue. We're going to move into the classroom. You might want to set this as your home. If you haven't set a home, I will tell you how to do that inside. So follow me in. We're going to navigate up the hallway and go to our main classroom. And if you have any trouble finding your way there, Mr. Holden or Mr. Miller can help out with that as well. They're here to support us today, and I'm very grateful. As you come into the classroom, you can choose a chair and have a seat because we're starting a class. And if you're able to log in, maybe Mr. Holden can help you out. Okay, so make your way into classroom, bonjour, and have a seat. And you'll notice that you can rotate in your chairs. You can have a look up at the front of the class. As you come in, I'm just going to take attendance. So I'm going to teach you how to raise your hand in 3DU. Click on a chair to sit down. If your avatar can't walk, you may need to move out and back in, and rather than signing out, just try clicking on a different world. So go to the Worlds tab on the left, click on that, teleport to a different world, and then come right back, Cyber. All right, well, while the others are coming to join us, we're going to get started. If you look on the screen at the front, I have some notes loaded up, and I tried to make these a little bit better. Can you let me know in the dialog box, are you able to see those notes all right now? We're going to go over a few greeting things. They're a little bit too small, so what you can do is click zoom in on the left-hand side of the screen. For most of you, are you able to see the words greetings, bonjour, hello? Local chat will let you hear what's happening in the nearby area. Global chat will let everybody, so if you need help from Mr. Miller and he's somewhere across the world, then you can go ahead and ask that question and he'll hear you if you've got it set on global chat. I prefer to keep it set on global chat. Maybe before we move on to the French as well, I should check if everybody has set their home location. So if you go up to teleport, click on teleport, and then click make this my home, it means that when you first come in world, you'll land here rather than landing in library or at ground zero. Okay, well, let's move on to some French then, you guys. This is the purpose. We just have to get over the technological hurdle, and you're doing a great job. Everybody's being very patient and very supportive. Now, I realize we have mixed backgrounds in French, so we're going to start at the very beginning. And I did give a brief homework assignment this week. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much to all the students who've sent that homework in to me already. If you have not, you should try to get that in. Just email it to me as soon as you're able. You can go back and check your email or ask your parents to check their email for what that homework assignment was. But one piece of it was checking on my front screen here. I had these notes up. What is the difference between the two words bonjour et salut? And they're both ways to say greetings. So you can tell up here, bonjour veut dire hello or good day, literally. Bon means good and jour means day. So it's a more formal way to say hello to someone. Salut is a much more casual greeting. It's meant for someone you know, like a friend. Appear means a friend. So I'm going to ask you to practice those words at home. And I realize you may sound like moderately crazy people, but I mean, hey, we're in world as avatars. That's pretty unique in itself. So practice saying bonjour, and I'm going to challenge you to try practicing a French R sound, and it is tricky. In English, we say R's just r, r. In Spanish, they roll the tip of their tongue with a r, r. But in French, they pronounce the R at the back of their throat. And I usually try to explain this like at the back of your throat, you have a uvula. That's the sort of little punching bag that hangs down. And if you're pronouncing your R's correctly in French, your uvula should be actually sort of jumping up and down, bouncing up and down. So I try to tell my students it's like being a French growly bear. You go at the back of your throat. So crazy people, initiate crazy French talk at home, please. Practice your r sound, r, and then try saying bonjour And if you're not laughing or if you don't have someone nearby listening to you who's laughing, then you're probably not doing it right. Oui, c'est vrai. Yes, totally serious. Try your r and your bonjour. Bonjour. R. And you'll actually, if you're doing it right, you'll start getting a sore throat eventually from practicing your r correctly. And it's the best way to start developing a French accent. R. Back of your throat. It's kind of like you're coughing and the back of your throat is all phlegmy and gooby and yucky. You're horking up something. It's a delightful sound. And we can't make this sound naturally as English speakers because when you're babies, when you're first learning how to speak, and you're laying in your crib and your mom and dad are looking over you going, oh, who's a cute little baby. I bet you were all cute little babies. They never made a r sound. They made a r. Now, on the flip side, French speakers, francophones, they're called, can't make certain sounds that we do in English. For example, they can't make a th sound, the, or think, th. So you'll hear them saying, I think that the theater would be a good place to go to. Seriously, that they can't pronounce the th sound, and they also can't pronounce the h sound, ha. Like, I'm happy to meet you. They say, I am happy to meet you. Happy. So we might sound really funny when we're learning to do French growly bear r sounds, but they sound really funny when they're trying to say their h's and their th's as well. So try that again. I want you to say bonjour, bonjour, bonjour many, many times. Keep practicing that bonjour. And then the next word, salut, is going to sound really easy in comparison. D'accord? So salut, a more casual greeting that you might say to friends, you don't pronounce the last letter in French usually. And Mr. Holden, can I ask you to remind me, you could send me a telegram if you'd like, how to use the laser pointer to point to things on my screen. It would make it a little bit easier as I'm pointing out letters on the whiteboard up there. And while he's sending me that message, oui, c'est comme salut. It is. It's just like that. Salut. Bravo, Jessica. Excellent. So bonjour, get your r on the end, is salut. Now you're going to need to be very familiar with these words for your assignment. So are you seeing my laser pointer on the screen now? Wonderful. Okay. So as Jessica pointed out, salut, the silent T on the end there, it does just sound like S-A-L-U, n'est-ce pas? Et bonjour, you hit your growly bear R's on the end there. Bonjour, salut. And now we're going to move on to the next little bit of information here. We have bienvenu à, welcome to. So the English is just over here, welcome to. And then you could fill in the blank. In the mornings, when you come in, oui, tu veux dire, you can use salut for see you later type thing, again, just very casually. And just Mr. Holden had typed me a question down there. You can always throw a question in the bottom dialogue or in the messages down on the bottom if you want to. Oui, salut. Comme like aloha, même chose. Now, bienvenue is actually made up of two words in French. The bien means well, and venu means come. So they often just put words together like we do in English, well, come. And if you think about welcome, like welcome to the room, if you were speaking in kind of old-fashioned English, you might say, you know, welcome, my friend. It's nice that you're here. Même chose, same thing. Bienvenue à. So let's try that one out. Bienvenue. Bienvenue. Try that one out loud. Talk to your computer. And we will be using microphones more once we get all the microphone issues sorted out. Try that several times. Bienvenue à. And if you were going to say hello and welcome to somewhere, bienvenue, benen bien. You'd say bonjour, bienvenue à. And then when you guys come in, I might say la classe 5, grade 5 class, ou maybe bienvenue à l'école, welcome to the school. So you fill in the blank with whatever you're welcoming someone to. Bonjour, bienvenue à, fill in the blank. It is a little bit of a tongue twister. Let's keep trying those out. Bonjour, bienvenue à. Now moving on, I'm going to move on to the last couple structures and then I'm going to explain a quest that I'll send you on this week. The bottom ones are je m'appelle, je m'appelle. Je m'appelle veut dire, it's the way people say my name is in French, but literally it's I myself am called. Oui, je m'appelle Jessica. Can I get everyone to try that one out in the dialog box at the bottom? Tell me what your name is en français. Just type it this time. Je m'appelle, and then fill in your name. I should see messages popping up. Rose is laughing. Je m'appelle, il s'appelle Benjamin. His name is Benjamin. Oui, je m'appelle Benjamin. So wonderful. I have great news. Ah, je m'appelle Rose. We have 3 people in the room who know their names. Bravo. Come on. There's more of you who can do this. You should be filling in je m'appelle and then your name. Ah, bravo, Jessica W. et Gabe. Vous connaissez vos noms. You guys know your names. Au revoir. Is that what that is? Rose, je m'appelle Madame Hadley. So my name is Mrs. Hadley. Je m'appelle Madame Hadley. And try saying your name. You're going to need to be able to introduce yourself. Let's try those ones again. Try saying them out loud now. Je m'appelle, and then you fill in the blank with your name. Encore et encore et encore. Again and again. Practice, practice, practice. Je m'appelle blank. Je m'appelle, and fill in your name. Bonjour, Cohen. You made it. Grab a chair, please. We're getting everybody into class. So a quick review for those who've just joined us. Wow, Jessica, bravo. Répétez, s'il vous plaît. So repeat after me, please. Bonjour. Get your growly bears. Bonjour. It's just a light growl on the end, but if you don't do it, then you're not pronouncing it quite right. Bonjour. Salut. Salut. Bienvenu à. Bienvenu à. That one is a bit of a tongue twister, so try it a couple times. Bienvenu à. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. Je m'appelle. For those who are just coming in, if you can click on a chair and have a seat. Je m'appelle, and then down to the last one here. At the end of class, or when you're leaving world and you want to say goodbye to someone, what you would say is au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Now that one has a lot of r's in it. And an AU in French is just pronounced O. So au revoir. It literally means until I see you again. Revoir is to see someone again. So you're not saying goodbye. You're saying see you again or see you soon. Try that one out. Au revoir. Au revoir. Jessica G, you should be able to hear me in Scribbler still. Or sorry, that's Kazena. So someone let Kazena know to sign into Scribbler, room 5 at the same time. So try out au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Now, I have armed you with jusqu'à 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 sentences in French. And from now on, when you're in World and you're talking with one of the other students or one of the staff, Mr. Miller might not know as much French as some of us. Bonjour, Esther. Grab a chair. I want you to try to use as much French as you can. So if you know other French words, go ahead and try to use those things, because my son Nathan once had a Taekwondo instructor who told him to really learn a skill, you need to practice it 2,000 times at a minimum. So I want you to say bonjour 2,000 times. And you need to check, we will be checking how your accent is as it develops. All right, any questions about any of this dialogue to start off with? Let's read through it together one more time. D'accord? So 2,000 times. Okay, not all today. That's why you had to practice it whenever you're in World. Wonderful. So, lis avec moi, read with me, s'il vous plaît. Bonjour, salut, bienvenue à, je m'appelle, au revoir, au revoir. Okay, really, 2,000 times. And then you'll be able to use it whenever you want to. You'll have got it so down pat. All right, I'm going to move down in these notes a little bit. Mr. Holden, is it possible for me to scroll down? Oh, okay, merci. Sorry, I was teaching from the other side and I couldn't see it, guys. There we go. Okay, so disregard that part. All right, I have a little assignment for you this week. Let me move out of the way. D'accord. Okay, so on this page, what I've got on the whiteboard screen, I had some notes further down that say assignment, meet some of the local avatars. But you may need to grab the gray bar on the right-hand side. Here, I'll point to it with my pointer again. Grab onto that bar yourselves and scroll down. So is everyone able to do that? Can you see the part of the notes that says meet some of the local avatars? Is everyone able to see that? Move your mouse onto this gray bar on the side and grab that and pull it down so that you can see the notes that are further down. Is everyone able to see the part that says assignment, meet some of the local avatars now? I've got this web link and we're going to click on the web link and I'm hoping that it takes all of us to a Google Doc form. Oh, yes, it did. So if you click on that web link that says https docs.google, it takes you to a people hunt for greetings. We're going to go out on a little hunt together, and I'm going to get you started, but I would like everybody to finish it up on your own for homework. Yeah, we might have to hold off on that, you guys. Instead, what we'll do is we'll just go meet the locals, and then you can just type your answers into an email for me. All right, let's figure out how to stand up out of your chairs. If you know how to stand up out of your chair, you can go ahead and do that. And if you don't know, what you need to do is click on the pink button that's got a circle and an arrow pointing up. It's called the Detached Movers button. So, vous vous levez, stand yourselves up, and just wait a moment while we get everyone out of their chairs, and then we're going to head out and go have a look at some different things to use this information. So you stand up out of your chair, you look for the pink button at the bottom of your screen that's got a circle and an arrow pointing up. Is everyone able to do that? Is anyone still stuck in their chair? Okay, Rose, when you click do you see the pink button with a circle and an arrow pointing up? Looks like just a couple of people are still working on getting out of the chair. So we're going to go slowly out into the hallway. And your assignment this week is going to be to meet some of the local avatars. And when you click on them, they're going to greet you. They're going to use some of the greetings vocabulary that we just heard. And you'll be typing that greetings vocabulary down and sending it to me in an email. Okay? So we're just going to slowly walk up the hallway. Just want to check if everybody's following me up the hallway. Great, making your way out the door. Fantastique. Suivez-moi. Follow me. Remember, we'll be using more and more French in here. So use your greetings, your bonjour, bienvenue. We're moving towards the front door and we're actually going to go into le bureau. Now, le bureau is not very big, so we're kind of going to be piled on top of each other. Fortunately, for avatars, that's not quite as uncomfortable for real people. Okay, just making sure everybody's still following me up the hall. We're going nice and slow. I'm not sure if anybody's still stuck in the class. Maybe Mr. Holden could just confirm that everybody's made it. Okay, suivez-moi dans le bureau. Follow me right into the office here, guys. Come on in. Bienvenue au bureau. Remember, bienvenue, welcome. Bienvenue au bureau. Welcome to the office. Bienvenue au bureau, le bureau. Le bureau has got another great R sound in it, le bureau. Now you're going to meet some different avatars in here who are what we call non-playing characters. Just a moment. No. NPCs. And great. On this quest, this quick little assignment, you're going to meet some of them and they have pre-recorded greetings to say something to you. The only thing is the volume is not very high on these pre-recorded greetings. So the secretary in here has a greeting to say to you, and you can listen to it as many times as you want to. To listen to her, you have to click on her, and I'll be nice and quiet while you guys all practice clicking on her and see if you can hear what she says. Now, she said bonjour, and then she said, head off to the mall to meet Clyde. So you can try that. Everybody else, just wait patiently so everyone gets to try it. Don't go to the mall quite yet. Click on her. Now remember that because you're going to have to send me an email later this week and tell me what each of these NPC characters said, what each of these avatars said. So click on the secretary. And then she tells us to head off to the mall to meet Clyde. Now can somebody remind us, how could we get to the mall? If you're not able to hear her, it may be because your volume isn't turned up loud enough. Okay, so here's a few suggestions. You could fly, you could take the train, or you could press the link to the right. I'm going to ask you to make your way to the mall and just wait outside for a couple of minutes. You're going to see a big guy standing there. So you can make your way to the mall. If you look on the right-hand side of the page, there's a web browser that's got the number 25, Heritage Christian Schools, World Language French, and then underneath that, it's got these all kinds of different blue links. If you click on the blue link that says number 8, Secord Mall, it will take you right to the mall. So you can join Mr. Holden if you want, or you can click on Secord Mall. And Cyber027, if you can't hear her, it could be that your volume's not turned up. Did you click on her? You do have to click the secretary yourself. Bonjour, Rose. I'm going to go to the mall in just a minute. You can join Mr. Holden to get there if you'd like. Okay. Cyber027, I'm sorry I haven't got all my names straight yet, but we're going to head to the mall. So you can meet us over at the mall. Okay? Click on Secord Mall number 8 or join somebody who's already there, and we're going to teleport over. Okay, let's see if everybody made it to the mall. Part of this assignment is just to make sure you can navigate around the world. Now at the mall, there's a big guy in black pants and a white t-shirt. His name is Clyde, and he's got a message recorded as well that you can listen to if you click on him. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute and let you all listen to Clyde. Okay, once you've heard what Clyde has to say, you can head to the campground. And to get to the campground, I'm just seeing if we have a link for that one. Oui, bravo, Rose. That's exactly what he said. Bonjour, je m'appelle Clyde, which means hello, my name is Clyde. Bravo. Try him out if you haven't. Click on Clyde and listen really carefully. Okay, where did Clyde tell us to go to next? So we're going to make our way to the campground. The campground, in your teleport links on the right-hand side, it's number 22. It's called Provincial Park. So you can get to him that way. Or you could join Mr. Holden. He's probably already over there. So you can make your way to the Provincial Park. You can click on the links, number 22, or you can join somebody who's already there. So I'm going to head over there. You can go ahead and join me there. Okay, Koen and Kazena, let's head to the Provincial Park, to the campground. Fantastic. Look how many people have already made it here. This is great. Bravo, you guys are already looking so professional at navigating. If you have not had a chance to explore the Provincial Park, this is beautiful. But just before you get too far, remember we're looking for another avatar who's got a greeting for us. So we're going to head in and see if we can find an av who's got a greeting. Oh, the ranger in the green tunic. Anybody run into a ranger in a green tunic, like a green jacket? Standing in the center of the campground. So we are going to have to search. Sometimes you get sent on a hunt in this one. Okay, did anybody find the ranger? Oh, some of you guys haven't come in yet. I was just checking to see who's still across the river. Mr. Miller's made this one really tricky. Oh, Mr. Holden has found him first. I just passed guest 0008, who is stuck in a bush. You can keep searching to try to find the ranger yourself, or you could join Mr. Holden. I'm in for the search. Okay, so when you find him, I'll be nice and quiet for a few minutes here. You can click on him and see what he has to say. Oui, c'est vrai. Yep, that's true. When you first meet someone new, especially if it's an adult, someone older than you should treat them with respect and use bonjour, anybody in authority. But if they've said salut, then you can assume it's a fairly casual friend relationship. Now, he said, with a very feminine voice, I must admit, the French Museum is a great place to visit. See the curator there. So we're going to make our way over to the museum. It looks like Claire T is in Scribbler and might need a little bit of a hand. I'm in the fire. The campground is a wonderful place to explore, and you're going to be coming back here on your own because we're listening to the greetings, but you will also have to write them down and email them to me this week. So let's make our way over to the Art Museum to check out another location. You can make your way there. You can use the teleport link number 6 on the right, or join somebody who's disappeared. How do you join someone? You need to open your Contacts tab on the left where it says Telegrams, Voice Chat, Worlds, and then there's a Contacts one. Choose someone and then right-click and join them. So you can join Jessica G if you've added her as a contact, or you can go to Mr. Miller's suggesting Old Town on the right side teleports. So I'll head there. You can join me there. Okay, looking for the French Art Museum. Yeah, I need to add Jessica G. Here's Mr. Miller. And he's running. Now, if you want to run, you can hold down Control and you'll move faster. there's Mr. Holden. This is actually really fun adventuring with you guys. Yep, or, oh yes, I forgot. We haven't gone over how to fly. Maybe we'll find this last character and then we'll go over some questions. I wanted to save some time at the end of class for some questions on how to navigate in here. So we're following Mr. Miller. You can always join Mr. Miller. If you haven't joined us, you could join Mr. Miller. And we're going to head back to the classroom shortly. Here we go. This looks a lot more like a museum curator. Okay, I'll be nice and quiet so you can click on him. You may need to turn your sound right up for him as well. He's pretty quiet. Don't worry if you can't hear him today. I'm not sure if anybody caught what he said. He is pretty quiet. You'll have to turn your volume right back up, but you're going to have to come and visit these characters again soon and write down what he said. Now, we're going to make our way back to the school. And if you set that as your home, an easy way to get back to the school would be teleport home. Teleport home. Now, I'm going to go there, and you can join me there if you would like. It looks like it's a little bit, here we go, a little bit slow. Okay, we're heading back to the school now. I actually teleport straight into my classroom. If you made that your home, you might end up there. And the last character, it said, where did it say go for the very last character? As everybody's just coming back to the school. Okay, so make your way back to the school. Yeah, it's kind of a little secret room that we thought we would show you. Inside la bibliothèque, et la bibliothèque veut dire the library. So we're following Mr. Miller into the library. All right, now when you reach the end of that hunt, you have to go through all those different people. It gives you the link for the Google Doc where you can fill in the information. You can write it in the Google Doc, or you can type it into an email and send it to me. Let's head back to my classroom for just a little bit of the last little bit of time. It would be great to take some questions, help anybody out with navigating, and we need to finish adding contact. So we're going to go back out of the break room, a little secret room that we hid in here, back out into the hallway, and you can join me if you need to, back into our main classroom. This will be where we start out all of our classes in Scribbler and in here. So come on in and grab a seat again, or stand somewhere where you're not blocking anybody's view. So just spread out around the back of the class or grab a chair. Fantastic. And I didn't get a chance to do a full attendance, so if you'll just find a place to sit or stand, and I'll make sure that I get everybody's names written down, because attending or watching the classes is an important part of the course, so it is part of your mark. And having a quick look around as people arrive. Cohen, bonjour, nice to see you. And if you want, you can start asking questions in the text box at the bottom. Gabe, bonjour. You might be wondering, wonderful, Rose. Esther, bonjour. You might be wondering about how to do certain things, how to fly. Bonjour, Esther. You have definitely figured out how to wave. Just waiting on a few students to come and join us. Come back into our main classroom. If you want to, you can join one of us. We need to finish adding contacts and answering questions. So while you're waiting, you can move your avatar over each character, right-click, and add contacts. Jessica G, bonjour. So everybody just stand still for a minute. Right-click on each person and make sure that you've got those contacts added. So I did not have Esther, so Esther, you might not have had mine. Gabe, got you now. And Gabe, I got you in attendance. Jessica G, stand still for a moment. We're just trying to add you as contacts. Now, if you're on a guest account, go ahead and add contacts, but we should be getting you in your permanent account, and let's work on that after class today. Check each person who's in here. So click on their avatar. Oh, I did not have Rose in my contacts. Oh, and you should definitely add Mr. Miller and Mr. Holden. Gabe, stand still for a minute. We're trying to get everyone as contacts. Has everyone made it into class? Just do a quick look around. Oh, there. Oh, and we have a guest. Nathan H.A. is my son. Oh, Cyber02_7. That is a permanent account, and we will get your username changed in the future. You're welcome to add Nathan as a contact as well. Did you make sure, Nathan, grab a chair. Did you make sure that you added Mr. Miller and Mr. Holden? Okay, good. All right, let's take a few questions, guys. You can go ahead and start typing them at the bottom. Mr. Holden, Mr. Miller, or I will try to answer them. One of your assignments this week will be, and I'll email it out, to complete that hunt and write down what those characters had to say. You can either email me what they said, or you can put it into the Google form that comes up at the end. If you have any questions about how to fly or how to customize your avatar, this would be the time to ask them. We're almost at the end of our formal class time. Okay, so Nathan answered that question about how to fly, plus or minus button, and I'm going to add on to that. Oh, we missed. Okay, Benjamin, don't worry about that. Yeah, I'm not sure how we missed the student in front of the school, but that's okay. We may not have loaded that one in, so it won't count for a mark if it's not there. When you're flying, if you want to change your view so you can look down and see what's below you, you can use your page up or page down button. You can try that out right now, and it changes you looking up and looking down. Okay, any other questions about how to move or how to customize your avatar? Okay, well, here's one last hint. How many times did I say you needed to practice something to really get it into your long-term memory? Do you remember how many times? Bravo, oui, c'est ça. Very good. Oh, Kazena, come on in because we need to add you. I see 2000, 2000, and Gabe just missed a 0 because I know he knows. You need to practice these words. So I'm going to leave those notes up on the board, and you need to come in and out and practice those. Practice saying them. Bonjour, salut, bienvenue à, je m'appelle, et au revoir. And on that note, I'm going to hang around and answer questions, but je vais dire au revoir à la semaine prochaine. I'll be emailing out the homework assignment to practice these greetings, complete the people scavenger hunt, continue working on customizing your avatar, and let us know if you have any questions, if there's anything not working for you. Okay? So tous les élèves peuvent dire, even though your mics aren't turned on, you should be saying au revoir, au revoir, au revoir.